Hey backyarders, how you guys doing? Alright, well, I am, excuse me for a sec, I am on the tail end of this finally. You'll have to excuse my tardiness on this system, but due to the fact that I'm actually helping a buddy of mine with his company and stuff, I get time to time to work on this, and this has turned into one of those projects where you get toward the end and you're like, oh, I don't really want to keep moving forward. And other installers will understand what I mean by that particular statement. But anyway, I've thrown myself back into it, and I've gotten into where I needed to be. Now, right now, this is the last full test fit before I do all covering, before I make all final panels and everything. And the reason why this is so complicated, why this is such a headache, in a way, in terms of building this, and of course I get this all the time from everybody. Why am I putting so much time into this pile of, you know what? I mean, this Dodge is totally terrible. But the way I look at it is, you know what? Customers are customers. They like what they like. And this happens to be his vehicle, and there's no reason not for me to do my best work just because the truck is a pile. Okay? That doesn't, it's irrelevant. Okay? I still do the same style of work. So what we're doing here is, and the reason why this is so difficult is because this whole thing, okay, let me explain how this goes together. So you've got this panel here, okay, that's separate, right? And this is actually bolted in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go on the other side real quick, show it to you. So, hold on, let me get around this. And all right, so the way this is done is that, I've got insert nuts, in the wood and everything. Everything has been glassed, resined, everything, so that I don't have to worry about water. I don't have to worry about this thing getting large or doing anything. It's going to work just perfect. So you can see the good inserts here. These are for the subwoofer, or for the mid-bass drivers. And then you've got a series like this. Those are actually the ones that are attaching to this back piece here. Now this back piece, which I've shown in previous videos, is actually also bolted in, and there's a series of them. There's bolts down here, and there's a couple of bolts back here. There's another bolt up there, and another bolt somewhere up in this neighborhood and stuff. So, this gets attached. Now, the catch is that this panel, right, the factory one, and this panel now have become one piece. All right, so I have been going back and forth. Excuse me. I have been going back and forth trying to figure, okay, well, should I mount the wood piece to the door permanently and then try to figure a way to cover, this over? And it just became too complicated to come up with a way to create a kind of like a cover piece that would go over this whole thing. And because there would be too many variables, and the variables would be as the plastic moves around and everything, and so it's just not going to be right. So what I decided to do was I bolted it. So, don't mind you, I haven't trimmed this up yet. So what I did was I have a series of bolts, just like on the other ones, inserts and everything. So it's bolted in, and so, and then it's bolted around this perimeter right here, okay? And so now you can literally, you take off this panel here, take the woofers out, and then you can leave this panel on if you want to, okay? In the end, that's the way I want it. So you just have to take the drivers out because you have to be able to get to these back bolts. Okay, that's the catch. So the only reason why I'd have to take this off is to get to these back bolts here, so that I could literally just pull this thing off. It drops right on to the door. I mean, it works just like a factory door trim would work, where I grab the handle, unscrew the screws, unscrew a couple of screws here, and then pop, comes right off. Okay, works just like the factory Dodge did, so it slips right back on, and then you put a series of screws in, and then you put this panel on, and then boom, there you go. And that's it. I mean, that's how simple this is. But yes, it did take time to develop the correct method to do this so that I didn't run into problems such as the metal behind it vibrating, right? Because I'm going to deaden everything, but I need everything to fit right. It's got to fit the exact same way as I put it on. So I had to compensate for a lot of things to make sure that that was going to work. So, and then of course I had to add in, like this right here, these are slots for the LEDs. So, because the LEDs will be around here, they'll be around here. It's kind of hard to see it, but there's like you see that drop back where the miter is back there. So there's an LED that goes all the way around goes around the plastic. Actually, how the way this does is it starts off, I had to figure out how to get the LEDs to work. So it starts off here, okay, right over in this corner here, and then first it wraps around this plexiglass facing inward, right? Then I tape on the, and then I roll the tape back over on itself, come back around the perimeter, shining the LEDs down. Then that continues on around the miters around here like this, and then ends in this area behind here, which then picks up to the LEDs here, which goes around here, drops through here, comes back over here, and then terminates back behind here, and that's it. So this door is going to glow in the dark when it's done. And then on the back doors, I'm going to have something similar like this. It won't be as complicated. The rear doors are going to be straightforward and simple, but there'll be something like this so that we can also have the same LEDs and everything shining. And what the hell? So anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys that's it, and I will show you more once I finally got vinyl wrapping and stuff started. Bye.